What is going on, Headliner Nation? Hopefully everyone's doing well out there today. Welcome to the Friday Tailgate Show. That's right, we've made it through another week. Hit the like button if you're glad that it's Friday. I know I am. Now, like usual in these shows, just time to kick back, relax, and have a little bit of fun. If you're looking for a certain segment, there are timestamps down below. However, this is what we're going to be talking about here today. We have some end of the week news and a weather update. We have our Compassion Kit of the Week. We're going to be announcing a giveaway winner from Kyle's Pristine auction giveaway earlier in the week. We have the next episode of Mack and the Medic and some Friday Fliers, whatever it is you're looking for. Like I said, those timestamps are down below. But let's go ahead and start it off here with some end of the week news. And for the most part, the end of this week has been pretty quiet, which is great. First thing up, Kenny Pickett. He shows off the injury report now. All of a sudden, are we super pumped about the offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers? No. We've also seen Joe Burrow and Derek Carr go out there and play through injuries and not be great. Do I want to do that with an offense that's already struggling? Probably not. Maybe this helps the upside slightly of George Pickens, but not something where I'm overly anxious to throw him into a lineup or anything else like that. What about Cooper Kupp? Now, this has been a big topic all week long, and now word has come out that he's going to play this weekend. Now, does that mean that he's going to play the entire game? No, that's not what that means. Will I be surprised if he is on some sort of a pitch count? No, absolutely not. That's kind of what I expect. But if you watched our rankings show earlier in the week, I kind of put him right there in the middle, right around number 17 or so. Cooper Kupp is one of the best wide receivers in football. When he's healthy and he's on the field, you really want him in your fantasy lineup. We've seen that for years. Really what I've been telling people all week long is you just have to know there's a little bit more risk in starting him this week than maybe in other weeks that you've owned him in the past. If you're fine with assuming some of that risk and the fact that he may not play a full set of snaps, then by all means, you've held on to Cooper Kupp this long, you probably have to throw him into your lineup, especially with bye weeks, injuries, injured quarterbacks. There's a lot of people out there that could be dependent on Cooper Kupp this week. Now, once we see him in a full set of snaps, obviously, he's someone that's going to be inside the top 5 of the position each and every week. Now, we also had a trade happen here, end of the week. Chase Claypool, we know, was not going back to the Bears, right? They had pretty much parted ways, but now he's been traded to the Miami Dolphins. Does that make him instantly fantasy viable? No, but it's apparent that the Miami Dolphins want as much speed as they can possibly get, and that's something that Chase Claypool has. What we really haven't seen is anything from Chase Claypool since his rookie year. Now, skill set wise, this guy should be doing a lot more in the NFL than what we've seen the past few seasons. Is it an effort issue? Is it a personality issue? Is it a game plan issue? We really don't know just yet, but what we do know is now he's going to arguably the best offense in the NFL. If this doesn't work for Chase Claypool, nothing is probably going to work for Chase Claypool. Now, as far as week 5 goes, no, he's not somebody we're thinking about for fantasy football. Let's at least see what kind of opportunity he gets in this lineup. I will say, though, if he can figure it out, which is a big if, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Chase Claypool, that is absolutely nasty. Now, on to something that's not great. What about the offensive line still in New York? Yes, that offensive line that gave up sacks in bunches in week 4. They're probably going to do it again here in week 5. If I had to guess, 3 members of the offensive line have already been ruled out for the New York Giants. Everybody needs to pray for Daniel Jones, just for his survival in this game. If I had to guess, Daniel Jones is going to be scrambling like a madman. In fact, if you do any type of pick'ems or prop betting, the rushing over for Daniel Jones this week is probably something I would definitely take a look at, especially if the current line is sent less than 40 yards. So pay attention to that. And then what about, can we talk about DJ Moore and Justin Fields for just a second? Now, if you've been here for any length of time, you know that we've loved DJ Moore all offseason. You know that we've been saying to hang tight with Justin Fields all throughout the beginning part of this season, and all of a sudden, it's starting to come together. It has got me pumped right now. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of Deion Sanders, Coach Prime there in Colorado. I love what he's doing there. And we all see the clips, right? They all go viral where he tells them to give somebody his theme music. I've always wanted to do that. So this is a great opportunity because I'm feeling great because of DJ Moore and Justin Fields. So Taylor, give me my theme music. That's what I'm talking about right there. I've always wanted to do that. Why do I feel like Taylor's going to change that music and make it something horrible? Oh well, it was fun to do anyways. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about here is going to be the weather. And honestly, there's nothing of any concern as of right now in the forecast for week 5, which is great news. The last thing we want to worry about with bye weeks and injuries is weather. So we should be good there. So let's go ahead and head into the next segment here. Let's talk about our compassion kid of the week. Now, if you watched my wide receiver start and sit video here earlier in the week, you saw that we just started a partnership with a company called Compassion International. And honestly, we got a ton of great feedback in the comment section of this video, but I knew when we joined this partnership, it wasn't gonna be easy. People will come to a YouTube channel, they'll see that they have almost 200,000 subscribers, which we are very grateful for, by the way, but then they see that I set a goal of getting 58 kids sponsored by Super Bowl 58, and they think that number is so low with the community so large, they don't have to worry about it. That number is gonna be hit by someone, right? Well, we knew it wasn't gonna be easy, and so far that video has almost 90,000 views in just a couple of days, but we only have one confirmed child sponsorship. So what I would like to do is every Friday, I wanna highlight one of the kids that's on the Compassion website that's looking to be sponsored. So this week, everybody say hello to Berwinski. What's going on, little man? He's 8 years old, currently lives in Haiti, and he's been waiting to be sponsored for 482 days. Now, I'm just curious if anyone out there in the community is able to come and help this little man change his life. I have a link down below in the description, or you can visit www.compassion.com/headliners. Now, if you go to that site and you search for this little man and it says he's already been sponsored, that is great. There are still thousands of other kids on that site that we can still try to help. I truly believe that we've built a community here that can help change the world. We're not here just to talk about football. Now, we all love fantasy football. It's brought us all together, but now it's time to broaden our reach and really help out the world. So once again, be sure to visit www.compassion.com/headliners. When you go to that website, this is the screen that's going to pop up, and you can see right here along the right-hand side that you're able to search for a child in many different types of ways. Now, maybe you already sponsor a child through Compassion. If you could do me a favor and just leave a comment down below here in the comment section and really share your experience. I know there's a lot of skepticism around things like this. A lot of people don't really trust because of a lot of burned bridges in the past potentially. But honestly, I felt the same way too. I did my research, and Compassion International is absolutely amazing, but I don't want you to hear that just from me. Down below in the comment section, I'm sure you'll be able to see more reviews as well. I'm pumped to do this year. Maybe you can't tell, but I'm super excited about it. Really trying to find ways to broaden our reach. We do a lot, and we give away a lot to people here in this country, in the United States, and that makes the country maybe a better place. Ever so smallly, right? I wish I could do more, obviously, but we're trying to make the world a better place here as well. Why not open it up to everything international? So I would love for you to join in this journey with me. But now, we got to give some things away, right? Pristine Auction is absolutely hooking us up this year, and Kyle mentioned a giveaway in his video, his running back video, earlier in the week. So now we got to announce a winner, so take it away, Kyle.
Yo, what's going on, headliners? Earlier in the week when I dropped my running back start and sit video, I wanted to do a giveaway and offered up this autographed Christian Watson jersey thanks to our friends over at Pristine Auction. The only thing that you needed to do was leave a comment on the video, like the video, and then of course make sure that you have a free account set up over on Pristine Auction by using code word headliners. And the winner of this week's giveaway is going to be Samuel Hess. Congratulations to Samuel. This is actually his first year playing fantasy football. So what you need to do, Samuel, send us an email, info@thefantasyheadliners.com. Make sure it's from your email address associated with this YouTube account. We'll get your shipping information and we'll get the jersey sent out to you right away. Good luck to everybody in fantasy football this weekend. Good luck to your favorite teams, and good luck in next week's giveaway.
Awesome, congratulations there. And just a little forewarning here. You're going to want to watch my wide receiver start and sit video this upcoming week. I may or may not have a signed jersey of one of the best quarterbacks in the league. If you want to guess who it is, leave a comment down below there as well. But now it's time to throw it over to Mack and the Medic for their next segment.
Yo, what's going on, Headliner Nation? It's the Doc. That's Mack. This is Mack and the Medic. And last week, I promised Headliner Nation that we were going to bring back a fan favorite from last year, Mack. The first time that you have ever had a chance to do this, it's time for Show Us Your Teams, where we judge the Headliner Nation's fantasy football teams and give them some pointers, things that we would do based on what their team looks like. But let's get into it, Mac. First team on the docket today, we've got a team from Isaiah in a nice organized. Isaiah is organized, man.
Yes.
He's got little tabbies on the side. He's ready to roll. His team's 1-3. I don't know if his team name is Chicago Bears. Not very original, but we'll let it slide for now. Half PPR, 10-team league, Mac. He left us a little message though, man. Went 13-1 last year and won the chip first time ever. Thanks to y'all. Love you, Headliners. Appreciate you, Isaiah. We like to win fantasy championships around here, but let's look at this team, Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Running back, Derrick Henry, Ramondre Stevenson the second, CD Lamb and Jalen Waddle at wide receiver, George Kittle at tight end, James Cook at the flex, Philadelphia's Eagles defense, and kicker Jake Moody. On the bench, we got Miles Sanders, Michael Pittman Jr., Brian Robinson Jr., Devon Chan, Joshua Palmer, Hunter Henry, and then CJ Stroud, who he's starting in week 5. Mac, first impressions on this squad.
Man, listen, I think it's an excellent squad. It's one of those, I think, that you got some players that's probably not playing up to their potential right now, particularly Derrick Henry. But if they continue to get him the volume, Derrick's going to be fine. I love this team, actually, with Devon Achan. You got a lot of guys that's boom players that you can plug and play, and they could give you 30 to 40 points on a given Sunday. So, great job, Isaac. I like it.
Yeah, this is a pretty good squad. Thing I would say about this is one of those teams. Normally, when you're 1-3, it's time to make a move. But this is one of those teams that I think is going to get better now that we are getting into the bye weeks. So he's got a lot of good depth on this squad. I know it's a 10-team league, but this is still a solid squad overall. Yeah. And I think that once we get into these bye weeks, teams are going to start losing players each and every week. You've got the depth to go head-to-head with anybody on any given week. I think Trevor Lawrence, probably the one that has disappointed the most, if I'm being honest. I know Derrick Henry had a bad game, but he's had two pretty solid games so far this year. 2 out of 4. I mean, we're looking for, 50% hit rate as an RB1 isn't horrible. I do think you need to work on your team name a little bit, and I'm a little confused about these A's, Mac. I don't know how you do your A's, but these A's are suspicious to me. They're looking, they look like Q's that have just like moved slightly above.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no other Q's on here, but what's up with everything being on the same line? Because now I'm noticing like nothing is on the line, like nothing goes under the line with this drawing, like with the way he writes. What do you think about that, Mac? Are you got any pointers for that?
It seems artistic. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, artistic.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure you hard R there.
You're right.
I don't want you to get in trouble, Mac.
Yeah, I don't need to be canceled. You feel me?
Yeah, we can't have that. Overall, Isaiah, really solid squad. Hold pat, give it a couple weeks. If you can't get some wins over the next 2 to 3 weeks, then I'm starting to look for big splashy plays, trading a couple guys together to move up a tier at 1 or 2 positions to try to compete week to week, targeting guys that have already had their bye week. It's a strategy that I don't think a lot of people really talk about enough, Mac, but after you get around the 4, 5, 6 week, if you're going to be making trades, make sure you're getting guys that have already had their bye week, so you're not getting double hit with a bye week missed later. But I'm moving on, Mac. And the next one we got this is an interesting team here, Mac. The team name is the Massett World. It came from Joel. Appreciate Joel sending us his team. And Massett stands for most annoying sound in the world. Mac, do you get the reference?
That is awesome. That's ingenious, man. I love those acronyms. That's pretty cool. And what is that? Is that some kind of like truck, or what's going on with that vehicle?
This has got to be a Dumb and Dumber reference. Have you ever seen that movie, Mac?
No, I'm not a Jim Carrey fan. That's for a whole
I see how it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
In the movie, they're driving this truck that's like looks like a dog. You've probably seen the truck.
Yes.
And so in the movie, he says basically that he's going to make the most annoying sound in the world, and then he does it like right into his partner's ear, and it is the most annoying sound that I have ever heard. So that is a very crude drawing of a dog-shaped truck. But let's get into this team. 2-2. So pretty. I would say okay. You know, we'll take 2-2 to start the year. Quarterback Russell Wilson. It just says B Robinson. I don't know if this is Bijan or Brian, so I'm gonna hope it's Bijan.
Yeah.
But just know it could be either one. Kyron Williams, second running back, and then DJ Moore, Jamar Chase, George Kittle, Christian Kirk, Texans defense. Interesting. And then I think that is the Cowboys kicker, Aubrey. I'm not as familiar with these rookie kickers. I don't play in a lot of kicker leagues, Mac. But on the bench, he's benching Joe Burr this week, and then he's got Ramondre Stevenson, Miles Sanders, Chris Godwin, Jerry Jeudy, Rashee Rice, and then Jay Williams. I think Jamal, probably.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's Jamal Williams. Again, got to be careful with these names, man. Got to be careful with these names. But Mac, what do you think about sitting Joe Burrow?
Listen, man, I wouldn't do it. I understand the logic behind it, but you know, he probably drafted this guy early.
Yeah.
And when I say early, I'd say maybe like 5th round, maybe even 4th round. It really just depends on the size of the league. I know Burrow's been struggling, but okay. And I think you said he had Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah.
So I love those combos, man. Eventually Burrow's going to hit, you know, that calf has been bothering him, but I think you got to start him. You just got to go down with that ship, man, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think I'm starting him as well. This is a team that there's a lot of players that I think have underperformed for sure on this team.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's Bijan though, because that would give me some hope. There's talent here. I know we got some bye weeks, kind of messing with stuff this week. You know, we can't start. I'd probably be starting Chris Godwin if I could.
Yeah.
You know, I would not be starting Christian Kirk. Ramondre, what do you think about benching Ramondre for Christian Kirk? Doesn't say it's a PPR, but
yeah. So if it's a PPR, I feel a little better about it, you know, because again, Ramondre starting out a little slow, not sure what's going on in New England right now. Christian Kirk is going to get that second lion's share of targets between him and Calvin Ridley. So if it's PPR, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I think this team probably has a move somewhere. I'm probably packaging one of Jerry Jeudy or Chris Godwin, and maybe Kyron Williams. I don't know. Kyron Williams is really impressing me so far. I'm trying to move up and get another solid starter at running back or wide receiver. I don't trust DJ Moore week to week. I'm probably okay with the running backs, honestly, that you got on the squad for right now. But I am trying to move up and fill in that flex a little bit better. Overall, team solid. I like the move with the Jim Carrey reference. I know that Mac doesn't appreciate it as much, but I do think that this is. I like the drawing and the effort. Overall, I'm gonna give this team. I'm gonna give it a solid B. There's room to grow here. I do think that this team is decent enough for a B.
I agree with that. Yeah. Solid B with a chance of becoming a B plus. Again, if Burrow and Chase can start to get it together, I think that would change the whole outlook of this team.
Yep, I agree. All right, Mac, we're moving on. We got team number 3. And I'll be honest, I'm not really sure how this name is supposed to be pronounced. Shout out to Keyshawn who sent this to me. He's got it on a what appears to be a used clipboard. Somewhere at work, this guy is dropping some team, and this is Polo Wops. Polo.
Nah, I don't think it's Italian, bro.
That's very Italian. What do you think? You think it's Italian?
Nah, because I see that ski, so this is a Sexy Red reference. You just got to look her up. But yeah, I don't think it's Italian. it's just look up Sexy Red. You have to look that up. Don't do it on your
On my
your
work
personal
computer
or your work phone. Yeah.
Oh
Or work
man, we
computer,
just
yeah.
sent all these kids to something inappropriate, Mac.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. But you got the reference.
I got the reference.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised by that at all. All right, let's look at this team. Quarterback, we got CJ Stroud. Running back, Saquon, Achan. Wide receiver, Amon Sun God St. Brown. CeeDee Lamb Chops, Zach Ertz at tight end flex, DK Greek God Metcalf. Saints defense, Fairbairn. I know it's Fairbairn, but or Fairbairn. How do you say that, Mac?
That's a good question.
I don't know. We don't know. We're moving on. It's a kicker. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, he's
Brees Study Hall. I'm going to say that this is Deshaun Watson, Zach Moss, Rashad White, Luke Musgrave, Zach Charbonnet, Michael Wilson, and then JT on the IR. So he does have JT possibly coming back this week, Mac. How you feeling about this Popola Ops?
Yo, so this is a team that I like. It's got great potential, especially if JT comes back. Now you got strong running backs who, will say Queasy when he comes back, hopefully soon. A Chan.
Possibly this week.
Yeah, so that to me is awesome. And then look, I don't know when he picked up CJ Stroud, but he's up and coming. Yeah, I can see him averaging around about 22 points a game. So I really like this squad, man.
Yeah,
if he can get DK Metcalf to start showing up, weekly, this team is loaded.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the better starting groups that we've seen.
Yeah.
So far today. I do think this team is pretty solid. I'm not sure how I feel about the baby poop colors, Mac. We got baby poop brown and baby poop green. You know what I'm talking about, Mac. You got kids. That's baby poop colors. Do I panic? No. There's no I don't know why you put a K on the end of panic, but I'm not panicking. This is a good squad. I don't even mind the starters going forward. We're hoping JT comes back. I really want to see what he looks like with Anthony Richardson. He comes back. Who are you dropping to bring JT off the IR, Mac?
Oh gosh, probably is going to be DK. I would imagine. Put JT at the flex because you can't drop CD or the Sun God. So yeah. And you got to keep a Chan in there, man, because the way they're using him, he could boom in any moment. So you got to keep starting him.
When he brings JT out, I'm saying that he's probably going to have to drop. I'm probably dropping Michael Wilson off the squad as a whole. I do think that there's some opportunity. He's got a lot of running backs, man. A lot of good running backs. I'm maybe looking to turn one of those running backs into an up-and-coming wide receiver.
That's a good move.
Yeah, I'm looking to maybe get a fourth wide receiver here with this group of running backs that he's got. He's got way too many running backs. You can't start all those guys. You only start 3 of them. Right now, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starting running backs. I'm diversifying that a little bit because he's really only got about 3 wide receivers that I like week to week. So if something were to happen to his wide receivers, that is a weak point that I'm probably trying to shore up with this squad. But overall, really solid team. I'm gonna give it a B+, Mac.
Yeah, just out of sheer potential, man. I'm gonna give it a B.
Okay.
And I kind of like that idea that you were saying about diversifying. Yeah. I think he probably should try to go get another tight end. So you could even package JT if you wanted to, or a Chan, and go out and get somebody like Laporta or something like that. Somebody that's hot.
I'm probably holding on to a Chan, but I would consider maybe Brees Hall or Rashad White trying to move up with Zach Ertz or Musgrave and trying to basically, like you said, get an upgrade. Even Evan Ingram's a guy I've been targeting a lot. One of only 2 tight ends that has finished inside the top 10 at the position every week so far. And a guy that you can still acquire in league. So Evan Ingram's probably someone I'm targeting for this squad. Let's move on though, Mac. We got another one here. This one is coming from our boy TJ. It's called No More Chubb. He's 3-1. He's got Hal Kamara. I'm going to say this is probably Roshan Johnson at running back. Olave, Ridley, Ferguson, Sky Moore, Moody, New Orleans defense, Herbert. On the bye week, Walker, Mims, Dotson, Njoku, Gibson, Quentin Johnson. Matt, give me 30 seconds on this squad. What are we thinking?
I mean, to start off immediately, I'm surprised he's 3-0.
3-1, yeah.
Oh, he's 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, the squad is okay. It's just, I don't know. It had to be low scoring because Kamara just got back. Roshan has not really been dependent upon, and Sam Howell, of course, he's been subpar at best. Yeah. So it's, I mean, I think he's doing fine. Whatever he's doing.
Got Herbert. He's got Herbert on the bench, so he's probably starting Herbert outside of this week. Right. So that's fine. I can see where he's scoring some points. It says no. His team name is No More Chubb. I don't see Chubb on the roster anywhere. I'm guessing he had to drop him. That's why the running backs are a little bit weaker. I think with Walker coming back, Herbert, this is not a bad squad. I'm still trying to get a better running back and probably looking for more depth. This is one that I think is a little top heavy overall. Probably going to take an L this week though, with so many guys on bye this week. Yeah. He's starting all sorts of dudes he wouldn't normally be starting. Quentin Johnson, that's a good pickup. I think he's going to be pretty solid rest of the year, but he's still a rookie. So overall, I'm not loving this team. I actually think this team's kind of shooting above its belt line a little bit with the 3-1 record, like you said. I'm probably tinkering a little bit, trying to upgrade that RB2 position. You feel like that's where the weakest spot is.
I do. I think that's it right there, and because wide receivers are pretty good. So yeah. The RB2 needs to kind of come up a little bit.
Yeah, TJ, get your RB2 straightened out, man. I'm going to go with a B- on this squad, Mac.
Yeah. TJ, I love you, bro. I might have to go with a C+ on this, but listen.
Yeah, this one's got some work to do. I don't see championship here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see championship here. All right, Mac, last one of the week. Loved all the submissions. We're trying to help everybody that we can. This one's coming from Mix, M-I-K-S. Hit me up on the Discord. And he's got Waves is the name of the squad. I don't know. Waves. He's 0-4, though, Mac. Not what we want to see.
Nah.
His waves kind of suck. Not the best wave maker. Fantasy team. It's not looking good, man. He says, please help me. I'm going 0-4. My league punishment is so bad. And he wants to win a championship. So we're going to turn this baby around, Matt. Quarterback, pretty solid. We got Tua, Najee Harris, and Devon Achane. At running back, wide receiver 1 is Tyreek Hill. We got Jacoby Myers as his wide receiver 2. Flex is Jordan Addison, Darren Waller at tight end, Brett Mayer, and the Ravens defense. Bench, Josh Dobbs, Kenneth Gainwell, Kareem Hunt, Tyjae Spears, Cortland Sutton, and Michael Wilson. Mac, 0-4 team. What are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, he needs a lot of help, to be honest.
A lot of help.
Yeah, so my first option would be for him to try to sell high on Tyreek Hill. See if you can double up. See if you can get a RB1 and another wide receiver 2, that has a potential to be a wide receiver 1. That's what I would do. Tyreek Hill on this squad is probably the only player that can bring back that type of, volume, I guess you'd say, or his worth is worth it. So that's what I would do to start off, man. You're 0-4. You got to switch it up.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be opposed to moving Tua. If you got, that's a lot of risk. I know that he has played out of his mind to start the year, but there's still a lot of risk there. We can't afford risk on an 0-4 team. So I'm moving Tua, seeing if I can take a downgrade maybe at quarterback, maybe moving to like the CJ Stroud, Matthew Stafford. Check your waiver wire too. There's a lot of times where your quarterback's worth something, but you can get 80% of the production from the waiver wire. Even Josh Dobbs. I mean, that guy's giving you pretty close. I mean, I know it's not Tua numbers, but we're 0-4, man. We got to get a better running back and we got to get a better wide receiver in the squad or we are going to be hurting bad. So I'm probably moving Tua as well, seeing what I can get for Tua, looking for a team. It's kind of middle of the pack. We don't want to be giving good players to the best teams because we got to beat them at some point if we're trying to win a championship. But we got to diversify a little bit, get more points across the board, take a little bit of a hit at quarterback, a little bit of a hit at wide receiver, and try to upgrade multiple positions plus the depth of this squad. Mack, I know that it sucks to see a team that's 0-4 that's got good players on it, man. I think he nailed the draft from if you're going to double up, triple up on a team, Miami Dolphins has been the team to do that.
Exactly.
But the rest of the squad just has not worked out the way that he wants to. I'm sorry, Mix, man. Like this squad should have been better than what it is, but that is what we would do overall. Mack, you can give a grade for this?
Yeah. So right now, man, I'm looking at probably C+, to be honest.
I'm thinking C+ as well.
Yeah.
There's good players, but just, a string of bad luck. And he didn't really hit on any of his bench players. And I think that's hurting him as well. Maybe he had Nick Chubb on this team. He doesn't say, but maybe he got the injury bug a little bit, but overall probably moving off Tua, moving off Tyreek Hill, and maybe even a Chan because he's still splitting time as well. So hate to trade away good players, but you got to do something. Like you said, 0-4, you got to make a decision. But Mack, that's all I got for you this week, man. I appreciate everybody over at Headliner Nation that sent us a squad to review. Show us your teams. This is not the last time you will see me and Mack do Show Us Your Teams. I had a lot of fun, Mack. What about you?
Yeah, had a blast, man.
We had a good time rating some teams. Overall, a lot of good teams there at Headliner Nation. We're going to be checking back in a few weeks for some of these teams, but appreciate you guys. That's all I got for Mack and the Medic this week. Enjoy week 5 of fantasy, and we'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. Appreciate you, fellas. But once again, Mack pulling double duty to give you some of those Friday flyers that maybe you can stash before they pop off this weekend.
Yo, what it do, baby? It's your boy Big Mac. Hey, I'm back again with the Friday Flyers, and this is the week 5 edition. So look, these are people that you can stash away, put them on your bench if you have availability, and be able to plug and play if you need them. Again, these are people who you need to look at and put on your bench just in the event, and you don't have to worry about fighting for these guys on waiver wire. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, the first player up I want to talk about is Ronnie Rivers from the Los Angeles Rams. So last week he was more involved in the offense. He had 9 carries for 47 yards, 2 targets. Now, Sean McVay has already came out and said that he don't want to use Williams, basically use him up, right? So he's going to try to implement and rotate some backs in, but Ronnie Rivers is the next man up. So right now it's like a 70-30 split, but things could change as the weeks go on. And again, you want to go ahead and get this guy. You want to go ahead and get Ronnie Rivers and put him on your bench in the event, like I said, if something happens or he starts to see an uptick in his production and they want to use him a little bit more, you want to go ahead and stash him away early. All right, next up, I want to talk about Kylen Granson from the Indianapolis Colts, tight end. So check it out. Anthony Richardson, he leaned heavily on his tight ends this past week against the Rams. He targeted 3 different tight ends, including Granson, Ogletree, and Mo Alley-Cox. But Granson got the lion's share out of all 3 of those guys. So right now, it seems like he is AR's favorite target, especially those underneath routes and in the red zone, which is huge. Pause. But with JT coming back, the opportunity for him to have more targets to be available, like I said, in the red zone and underneath, is gonna rise tremendously. Just having that threat of Jonathan Taylor down, running through the line and just being able to get the defense to adjust enough, focus on him and even AR himself, because he is a threat in the red zone as well to run one in too. But Kylen Granson is a big body target, and it's an easy dump off pass for AR to be able to target. So look for Kylen Granson. If he's available in your league, snag him up and just hold him and see what happens. All right, next up, I want to talk about another tight end, and this one is from the New York Jets, and that's Tyler Conklin. So Tyler Conklin last week caught 4 of 6 passes for 58 yards against the Chiefs. So Conklin has stepped into a larger receiving role over the last few games. In fact, he's had 17 targets, 12 catches, and 134 receiving yards. So that's pretty good considering they are really lacking at pass catching weapons now that they have to lean on Zach Wilson. You know, it's very hard for him to get it out to Garrett Wilson and some of those other pass catchers. So Tyler has been shown and proven that he is that safety blanket that Zach Wilson has been needing. And I think they're going to continue to use him within this offense to simplify the playbook and to help Wilson. So if Tyler Conklin is out there, go ahead and snatch him up. And again, you might even be able to plug and play and put him in the lineup this weekend, you know, because the tight end landscape is bad. So Tyler Conklin is a guy you need to go check out. All right, guys, last but not least, I want to talk about Taylor Heineke. Listen, the Desmond Ridder train is about to derail. So I think there's going to be some changes made in Atlanta, especially if you're quarterback needy, if you're in a super flex, or even if you just need to plug and play because there are bye weeks coming up. Like I said, it hadn't anything been said as of yet about Desmond losing his job, but the writing's on the wall. I mean, the dude is just bad. Now, listen, I'm not saying Taylor Heineke is a world beater or anything like that, but if you go back and look back in 2021, you know, one of his last full seasons, Taylor Heineke had some really good games, and he had some pass catchers that were in the top tier of their respective positions. Like Terry McLaurin, he was a top 25 wide receiver, and then Antonio Gibson was a top 10 running back. So you can imagine Taylor throwing it to Bijan and even Tyler Algier, and hell, hopefully maybe get Kyle Pitts involved. So I think Taylor Heineke is inevitable. It's going to happen. We just don't know when. But I think, like I said, the writing's on the wall. So go out and get Taylor Heineke. Go ahead and stash him away. And like I said, hopefully you might have a QB2 in the wings, you know, waiting and ready. All right, guys, listen. That's it for the Friday Flyers for week 5. Yo, man, the time is flying by. So I hope you guys like some of these players that I talked about. I'm going to have some more coming next week in week 6. I want y'all to be safe, be blessed, and be a champion. And I know you will because y'all are part of Headliner Nation. Peace.
All right, that's going to do it for our Week 5 Tailgate Show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor and hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you're looking for a true community that's centered around positive people that just want to have fun playing a game and doing something positive with their lives, you found yourself a home, so click that subscribe button. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here for the day. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck this weekend in all of your fantasy football matchups. And remember, do your part to make the world a better place.
I'm a headliner.